Now, before I go any further, we should go in to the source of this honesty. For I cannot tell you how to be honest. I can give you signals. But I have to take you in your own experience, to the source of honesty. And I, who am listening to these words in that body, whether it's through the presence here at this meeting or through this tape that's being made, I have to be willing to descend into this place of honesty inside my body, which is called me. It is the most intimate place inside the body listening to these words. The place that I, in that body listening to these words, called me. This is where I feel everything. Joy and sweetness, beauty, love of life. Also pain. And to get into this place with my attention, with my perception, I have to sometimes pass through or go past, go around myself, my emotions. Now, all unhappiness is in myself. There is no unhappiness in me where I am going to lead you in that body. There is no unhappiness there. This means that myself, which is the troublemaker, which ruins the beauty of me that is in everybody, this self, this pain, is on top of me. And its name is emotion, and therefore its name is past. Because you are with me, and because you are willing, I, who am listening to these words, can go immediately down into me, into this splendid place where there are no opposites, where it is all sweetness and light. Whoever heard of such a thing? Well, that's it. There is no opposite to the clarity, the sweetness, or the light that is clarity and peace inside of me. There is no opposite. All opposites, that is, where there's the thought of beauty, which has an opposite such as ugliness, all those opposites are in myself. And that self is going to endeavor to stop my attention from uniting with me, the reality inside my body. So the only thing that's going to get in the way is myself. For the one thing I have brought to earth is the very easy knowledge that myself is not me. Thank God. So let me introduce you to me. First of all, to get rid of the air that has been lying in the bottom of your lungs, which gathers past, like everything substantial gathers past. I ask you please to breathe out immediately, right out, and then when you breathe right out, you will have to breathe in the presence. And do that 3 or 4 times into the belly or the diaphragm. And keep the corners of the lips up. And enjoy breathing in and out, because it's lovely. Enjoy it. Why again do I ask you to enjoy breathing in and out? Because when I enjoy anything, I make it conscious. And as it is my body breathing, if I enjoy my body breathing on these occasions when I do it, because I can't always enjoy it, I can't always do it to enjoy it, but when I do it, I help to make my body conscious. I help to make my life conscious by enjoying this simple act of breathing. And I would enjoy it if you all enjoyed being here. For you see, if you enjoy being here, even though yourself would rather be doing something else or wants to think about something else, if I in that body enjoy being here, then I am making being here more conscious. It's as simple as that. And the more I start to enjoy every aspect of my life, so my whole life starts to become more conscious. It's as simple as that. Close the eyes, please. I'll just give a demonstration, though, of what we are about to use. I ask you to open your eyes, please, and look at the speaker. You will notice you are using your attention, your intelligence, or your perception to look at the speaker with your eyes. This is clarity. For if you were thinking, as you look at the speaker, you will not see the speaker clearly. You will see a smear of thought over it, or you'll be only able to half see him, to half consciously see him. So this is your clarity, your perception or intelligence looking out of your eyes at the speaker. I am going to use that to look into my body, to look into me. This very clarity. So I'm going to cut it off now, close the eyes, and I'm going to focus that attention down inside my body, but my body of course disappears, because if I was looking down inside my body as everybody describes the body, I would see some lungs and some heart and some kidneys and all the rest of it in there, like the doctor sees. But of course that's not the truth, is it? That's still what is seen by the eyes. That is still a sense-perceptive vision. I am using my intelligence, my attention, to look into me. Me who feels the steadiness, the sweetness or the rightness of just being here. I am looking into another world to the doctor's world. I am looking into a sort of nothing. I might say it is black, but that's only because there is no starlight in here, there is no light. Really it is nothing I am looking into. Now the mind, the human mind, cannot stand nothing. It can't stand looking at nothing for long. But I am asking you to look in here and see nothing. Because as I can see nothing, it follows that I become nothing. And this is how I clear my mind. I clarify my consciousness. I take the past, the movement out of my consciousness, my attention, by looking at nothing in here. This is where I clarify my mind. This is where my mind gets the power, in the first instance, to see straight. This is where it gets an equilibrium, a steadiness, a one-pointedness. That when the time comes for me to look into myself, or into my living life outside, I will be able to see straight and clear, because there will be nothing in the way. So keep looking into me. I am looking at nothing. I am being nothing. Now here, in the stillness and the silence, in the being of nothing, here is where the tortured human mind or emotions will start to become disturbed and endeavor to produce something for my attention to look at. In looking into me like this, in seeing nothing and being nothing, I am using my consciousness. Consciousness can only be used for this purpose, to look inside. My human mind, which is the mind of awareness, and awareness can only be focused on the visible things of the senses. My human mind, when it comes in here, will be looking for something with its awareness. And here I am, using my consciousness, which alone can see nothing and be nothing. So I will notice my human mind with its mental awareness, endeavoring to project into this stillness and silence something to catch my attention. And that something will be a thought. For a thought is something, isn't it? That's the red herring. The human mind always throws red herrings left, right and center. Anything to distract my beautiful clarity from joining me, the Most High, which is the most descent into me. Now the human mind is connected with the pain in myself. So therefore any thought that I have will start off to be about nothing in particular. But don't worry, it won't be long before it latches onto some emotional problem. and then lead you a merry dance out until you wake up that you have lost me, that you have been busy with yourself. So come on back, look into me, relax, be easy, give up, enjoy looking into me, seeing nothing. Now we have another option in going into me like this with my attention. The option is to feel the good that is inside of me, the peace or the sweetness or the easiness or the well-being that has no opposite. This I can truly sink into. And as I sink into whether it is right to be here is a feeling. As I sink into the feeling, it is right to be here, and it is good to be here. As I sink into that, I may be aware, way out on the perimeter of my consciousness, I may be aware of my mind trying to throw in some thought, but because I am focused on me, on nothing, or on the feeling that this is right, that I am coming home, the relief, the blessedness of it, I will be able to keep the thought way out there without trying. For thought cannot cross consciousness. But it does not mean that I am not aware of it, endeavoring to subvert or seduce me. Now, what is happening here? my attention, am descending every second into me. There is no end to the depth of me. It just becomes more silent, more still, more real, in its absence of anything. What is this descent? What does it mean? It means this. If I truly descend and am going down, or in, I will feel a relief. I will feel sooner or later that I am going home, because my attention came out of this place that I am now going into me, descending into me. My attention came out this way and became engrossed in my physical awareness. But I had to pass this way, upwards. And now as I do this, I get the sense, the knowledge, I am coming home. This is the truth. The mind cannot explain this. The mind cannot even come in here, cannot analyze it. The mind is right out in the perimeter there. Perhaps it has totally disappeared. In here is the source of clarity, honesty, love, rightness, my true being. The black, the deep, out of which I come. Do not leave me. Do not think. If I go deep enough into this stillness and silence inside of me, I reach a place that is called God. I will have no doubt when I reach that place, but before I reach it, nobody can ever describe what it is. But this is where that God that so many have tried to find, this is where it is. And it is accessible to my consciousness, listening to these words. But if I use my awareness, my mental awareness, which is what I use whenever I open my eyes and go about my daily business, if I use that, I will never ever enter this place. That's why no scientist has ever found the secret of life, and never will. For this is life in me. I am life. If I start to nod off, it is a good thing to take some more breaths deep into the belly or the diaphragm. For in descending into me, I am taking my awareness, which travels behind me, through areas of the subconscious where normally I go to sleep. And so, in some people it induces a sense of the need to go to sleep. There's nothing wrong with that. Just take some breaths. Now, let me repeat what I am doing as I listen to this. I am either looking into the black, into the nothing that is me, seeing nothing, therefore being nothing. Or I am using my feeling, where I feel what is good, what is right, that it is right, that it is good in me. But then, sometimes I will lose consciousness of my body, because my body is a product of my awareness. So as I go into me, leaving my awareness behind, leaving my mind, my human mind behind, I go into me, my body, the shape of it will disappear. Then I will notice on the perimeter again, for on the perimeter it does not disturb me. On the perimeter I will notice that my mental awareness, which is my human mind, my imagination, will reconstitute parts of my body. And I will be drawn to an arm or a leg. And even my mention of those words is likely to create the tension there. And my awareness will be endeavoring to recreate my body in its desperation, because it cannot stand to be no body. But I who would be me, I who would unite with God, I who would be the Most High by descending into the most deep. I must be nobody. Yet I must not try to be nobody. It necessarily follows. If I will only focus on me, it happens. It is. is important that I notice these things that the speaker is mentioning, so that I know myself. Myself will try to make something of me, and it cannot be done, for I am nothing, and I am being nothing now, in that body listening to these words, as I focus on me, and myself will try to make something of me. By thought, or by imagination of the body. Stay with me. Do not fight the mind. Do not fight the thought. Stay with me, and the thought will stay right out on the perimeter and disappear. I am clarifying my mind by doing this. I am ridding my mind of its attachment to myself by focusing on me, who is endless silence and stillness and depth. Myself is not me. Myself is the troublemaker, and me is the peace, the never-endingness that I have always longed for and thought I wanted to be myself instead of being me. This, in the first instance, is living the truth. I am living the truth by being me. Now in your own time, still staying with me, don't leave me. Keep the consciousness on me, which is quite easy to do. It is your right, it is your consciousness. Keep your consciousness on me. And open the eyes and enter the world of mental awareness. Enter the world of the senses. Two different worlds, absolutely different and yet connected. For the whole world comes out of me.